What's going on? Back at Dave the Confused. This is another Creepypasta video that is one of the coolest stories that a lot of you put in my comments that you wanted me to cover this Creepypasta, and here it is. This is the story of Eyeless Jack. Now, this character was created by Sally Williams and has just taken on an entire life of its own online, and people are going crazy about Eyeless Jack. So the story goes, a guy named Mitch, who is kind of in his 16, 17, moved in with his older brother that he didn't get a lot of time to spend with previously in his life. So they moved in together, and for the first week he kept hearing really weird things in his home and scratches at his door and his windows, and he would see scratches left on the walls and on the floors and carpets of their new home. Then one night he had a really weird dream, and when he awoke the next morning, he had a large gash across his face. So his older brother took him right to the hospital and they stitched him up, but the doctor noticed something entirely worse about that situation, where Mitch actually had a kidney stolen during the night, and he had a surgical scar sewed up in his stomach, back, wherever they removed the kidney from. He had no idea. As they continued to live there, Mitch actually saw the creature that stole his kidney. And it was a very skinny, lanky person that walked on a combination of on all fours or upright like a regular person. They were extremely skinny, and they wore black pants and a black hoodie with a mask that had no eyes, like a blue mask with just holes where the eyes were, and black just sludge or dark blood pouring out of those eyes. Of course, Mitch freaked, tried to run out of the house after pushing this monster away, and he ends up tripping and hitting his head on a rock just outside of his home. He later wakes up in the hospital speaking to the original doctor that he had talked to before, and the doctor's like, "Good news, you have no new injuries or ailments, but your brother was pronounced dead on scene when paramedics found you." So eventually Mitch goes back to the home that him and his brother were living at, and his brother's body is still there, and next to the brother's body is the brother's kidney that had been removed and left on scene to be found. So that seems to be one of the main stories of Eyeless Jack. But what comes to question is, who is Eyeless Jack? Why was he doing what he was doing? What's his motive behind everything? Well, some of the stories go, Eyeless Jack was a very tiny, petite, skinny teenager that was teased a lot in school. And when he finally found somebody at school that he can relate to, that person actually was part of a satanic cult. And they only befriended Jack to lure him to a cult meeting where they tried to sacrifice Jack to, whichever demon they were praying to, in order to, get human blood and blood of a virgin, the heart of a virgin, things like that. It didn't go as planned, because when they sacrificed Jack, he then became Eyeless Jack, and he slaughtered the entire cult and became this deviant monster that lurks in the shadows that continuously cries blood. Now, why does he steal organs? Well, they say that he may steal organs, A, as more sacrifices to the demon that created him, or he steals organs for his own personal wants and needs, like he eats them or he collects them. Who knows? Another part of his story is that he walks on all fours and acts almost animalistic because he has basically taken on demonic mindset and form, and it is trapped within his human body. And he's so skinny because he only eats once in like a blue moon when he steals fresh organs from people. And he chooses his victims by different characteristics, like how faithful they are in like a religion, or how mentally weak they are, or essentially how healthy they are, that he's consuming a healthy organ opposed to someone who's dying. Hence why in the story he kept Mitch's organ, but maybe the reason he left the kidney of Mitch's brother is because maybe Mitch's brother had some sort of health issue or was dying or something like that. One of my favorite parts about this creepypasta is the artwork that people put forward. That I picked a bunch of my favorite ones and I put them in this video. I don't own any of this artwork. It was done by very talented artists that you can see on the internet, and honestly, like, support these artists. They're incredible at what they do, and you can go on YouTube and you can find more people that have created cartoons or just like monologues or whatever revolving Eyeless Jack. The story itself is so well written and well done, and it's just overall creepy. And it's to the point now where there's actually been a Hollywood script for Eyeless Jack that has been in the works apparently for a little while. There's also apparently been a comic book series that somebody's working on. Like they're thinking that Eyeless Jack could be one of the next killers in the Dead by Daylight game. Who knows? All I know is that this creepypasta is incredible. I'm so glad I was able to cover it. And thank you everyone who posted in the comments about that they wanted to see Eyeless Jack. Remember, if you have a scary story, a paranormal story, or a video idea that you want to see on this channel, please post it in the comments below. I try to reply and like each comment as it comes in. But there's a lot of you guys, so, I try my best. But thank you so much for coming out and checking out the video. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm Dave, still confused, and at least our dogs are werewolves. Peace.